Let's do something more chilled. I want to do something.
Let's chill it out, chill it out, chill it out. Ooh, chill it out.
Now, Nick, we've got a question. People want to know why it's a good reason to have a financial plan. So I'm going to grow you because I know you're the guy that mine's always ready.
I try to be.
I've never seen this guy leave anything to chance. This guy does not take chances. So I know him for 11 years.
Yep, that's
so
true.
we're gonna dive into it. So before we get the 5 reasons out of you, you've always budgeted. You've always had a financial plan in place.
I tried to.
Because I know. I mean, 11 years now. I've seen you go from a student to working to getting married. To having a kid, so that's like 4 different major chapters. So every stage you must have had some sort of.
I did.
So break it down. Why was it important to have those financial plans in place?
Yes, I'm not really going to say 5 steps, but just from personal point of views, key thing. I think it's allowed me to go into those next chapters of my life as comfortable as possible. Because you can never be nothing. No matter. I know I tried to plan it but nothing in life goes towards.
Yeah, it's always smooth.
Nothing's smooth in life. But if you can make it as smooth as possible, so you got to follow that. You want to make that journey as smooth as possible. So that's one of my key reasons for
always planning.
Because I said nothing in life is as smooth. But if you can make it as smooth as possible, then those variables, those twists in the roads, as minimal as possible, it then makes life easier
for you.
Correct.
So we're gonna break it down from there. We're gonna start with stage 1, uni, where we met. What was your financial plan at uni?
My spreadsheet. I'm not even lying.
What were you doing in your financial plan? What were you planning for at uni? Because I ain't gonna be honest, I'm not planning. We should look.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how. I made that shoot on a stretch. But
what were you planning for? In terms of
as I said, for at uni. So, for example, as you know me, I had a car at uni, so I wanted to be able to have a car
and afford to run
it. So I budgeted in having things for insurance, petrol, tax, and everything. So I had to budget for these things. Saying I want it to be legit. Don't be riding around at uni and kind of be. Don't be riding around without any insurance around this. So
that will stop you.
Yeah, so to be legit. So I had to put these things in place. I'm saying so. If you want that car, how can you go and get that car? So luckily enough as well, throughout uni I had the odd part-time jobs here and there as well, which helped
supplement your income.
Correct. So I had student loan, but I had income from the various part-time jobs. So that helped. So then I planned ahead. I said saved up to have the car, and also not just getting the car, be able to run the car. And then saying the odd nights, me saying I didn't go out as much as everyone at uni. But when you did go out, you have to factor in those things.
Those nights out.
And I know if I'm being honest as well, one big help, because everything was taking advantage of my overdraft. Being a student, you get interest-free overdraft. So saying some people use that to
buy at the bar.
At the bars, but I use that to smooth out my income. So, for example, in bits where
if you fell short 1 month,
dip in, because it wasn't costing me nothing. Because while being a student, it's interest-free. Take advantage of that. So that's what I did. So
I had 3 overdrafts.
I
opened bare accounts just in case. And them times you could get away with it. I don't know if you can still get away with that.
I think you're supposed to have 1. I think
you're always supposed to have 1, but I had 3. But you never know.
Yeah, you never know. But so I used that to my advantages in terms of smoothing it out. So that was how I used the transition from leaving home to going to university.
Fast forward, you now finish uni. Well, you finish your undergrad. But now you want to do a master's. What was your financial plan?
I can't even lie, it was to get a job.
That's a good one.
I can't even lie, it was to get a job. So to obviously I need to pay for my master's. So I was saying I worked as well as studying for my master's. Saying you don't get a loan like you do for you're under the.
Yeah, you don't get a student loan.
Correct. You have to self-finance that yourself.
Or you can get like a master's loan.
So it's
But that
correct.
doesn't
So
cover it.
correct. So I had a mixture of self-funding, and then getting a loan for that.
So your financial plan at that stage was just to be able to cover
Yep.
uni.
And then the next thing, as I spoke about the overdraft,
Yeah.
so factoring in the interest-free rates started to tick off
Ah, of
now.
course,
So
yeah.
saying when you leave university, they're like
They kick in.
They want to make their money back.
Of course.
So I had to factor in. I need to pay back some of my overdraft as well. So it was I need to sort of pay for my masters. I need to live, but I also need to pay back my student loan.
Okay, cool. Now fast forward, you want to get married. What
Yeah,
was that? What was that financial plan like? That's
For
the
me,
next step.
no, it was saving. So I'm saying you know how I am. I have to be very comfortable before I jump into anything.
Yeah. Very cool.
So I put in place of saving for the engagement ring.
Okay.
Saving for then, as I say, in terms of when we actually got married, I had a plan. I had a plan in there that I want to get engaged here, and when I get married by here. If that makes sense.
Time, yeah.
That gives me time to
Timeline.
because I need to plan it. I was saying I want to have the wedding we want. So to have the wedding we want, we have to be realistic in terms of the wedding's cost.
Yeah.
So we have to budget in and getting the income, the funds ready between being engaged to the actual wedding date itself.
Okay, so in terms of like practical things that you did to make sure that things were in place,
Yeah.
what did you do?
So for me, it was savings, but where I've been saving, I was discussing it, making the advantage of my ISA
Okay.
and my stocks and shares. So obviously, if you're just saving for saving, you only get a certain amount of interest.
Right, so just putting it in your bank account, you're not going to earn much.
Correct.
So you actually have to go out there and invest it.
invest so that
Yeah.
it can make a return for you to then be able to then get more for your money.
Okay, bang for your buck.
That's it, yeah.
Pretty much. Now fast forward to where you currently are. You have a child. What was that like? Because I know you even budgeted for your child, didn't you?
I did.
Man planned everything.
It did. We was doing some work in a school in QPCW in Northwest London.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I can relayed onto the kids. I was like, in my life, not everyone's fortunate, but I budgeted for having my child. I don't know. It's just me.
Yeah, there's no mistakes out here.
It just makes it more.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, it's making that transition as smooth as possible. But what I was saying to the kids is that how much childcare cost is, how much it is, Pampers, milk,
Cerelac.
everything. So obviously you can't factor in everything.
Yeah.
But you want, as I said, my key thing is making life as smooth as possible. And as I said, sometimes I might be a bit OCD with it, you know.
No, it's good.
But it's just, as I said, it's just my nature and how I want to be to make things as smooth as possible. As I was saying,
smoothing consumption.
that's what I'm saying, and that's what we're kind of teaching to the future generation. I said when we've gone into schools and had discussions with the younger pupils, making them realise that once you step out of the comfort zone of being at school or being at home, it's a different world. It's a real world.
It's real and it's cold.
It's cold. That's true. That's another good analogy. You want to be as warm as possible, mate.
Bruh, I know, I'm feeling you. So that's basically the top tip then. Having a financial plan is just great because it helps you to basically smooth out life and just prepare as best as possible
That's the
for life's challenges and what through it.
Like I said, nothing in life. You won't just go from A to B. Like that. It's not as simple as that. As in our scenarios, just the outline of what's happened. It was never as smooth as that. As I said, you just want to make things as smooth as possible in life, because then
For you.
it makes it easier. Trust me.
Well, there you have it, guys. Just a quick insight into why it's great to have a financial plan in place. No matter what stage of life you're at, you just heard from Nick. He started at uni, so there's no excuse. Like if you're like uni's tough, like we know that, we get it, but you can actually make it. There's things that you can put in place to make it easier. And similarly, from graduating to going on to doing a master's or going into employment or getting married and having a kid and doing life. So yeah, there you have it. Keep it locked. Keep sending in your questions, your thoughts. Let us know, because we're ready for it. Like we're here for it. So yeah, till next time.
See you soon, guys.
Bye.